It's the New Kids on the Block, America's hottest music group with the music you love. And in just a minute, we're going to talk to that fabulous five all about their music, how they got started, where they're going, and how they feel about the music they make. You're going to hear what really goes on in their heads and hearts. And here they are, the New Kids on the Block. Hi, guys.
Hi. Hey, how are you?
Is there anybody who doesn't know the fabulous story behind the New Kids on the Block? Well, let's run down a few fabulous facts. NKOTB, as the New Kids are popularly called, are 5 young, handsome, talented boys from Boston, Massachusetts. They were all specially auditioned and selected to be in a group organized by their record producer and songwriter, Maurice Starr. And today they're the hottest group going, with hits like Hangin' Tough and I'll Be Loving You. But let's hear more of the story from the guys themselves. John, tell us, did you audition for the group?
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it an audition, though, because when I went there, I just really had to meet Maurice. And that was real. That was worse than doing the first show. Because it was just like, well, this is my one and only opportunity, and if I blow it, then that's it. But Maurice is real down to earth. I don't know how to explain him. And he really gave us the chance. And I really think that when we auditioned, he really didn't care what we had, because he knew he could do something with us. So I think when I went, I just said hi to him, and I think that was mostly it. And, he was glad that Jordan was in the group and that, we'd have 2 brothers in the group. He liked that idea. And then I think the next day we went back to the studio and we started recording our first album.
Danny, tell us how it all started for you.
No, well, actually, me and Donnie we've been in school together since 1st grade. So we were in high school together at the time. I think it was 9th or 10th grade. And he kept telling me about this group he was in. And he wanted me to try out and stuff, and I was like, nah, man, I was into breakdancing, and I was just like, I just want to dance and stuff, and he's like, just try out, man, you'll make it, I'm telling you. And then he finally convinced me, and I tried out the same day. John tried out, we tried out together, and we both made it. Jordan had already tried out, and he was in, so.
Joey, you were the last to join.
The way they found me was I was just playing basketball at a local community school, and I wasn't really going to that school, but they just found me because I was in plays and stuff like that around my community. And they just called me up one day and they said, would you like to try out? And I said, sure. So they picked me up. It was Father's Day of 86, I think. 86 was when I joined. And I went over to Maurice's house, and it was
when
just
we first met Maurice was just a normal guy in Boston. I mean, he didn't live in any grand mansion or anything, I mean, he lived in a real shabby house, and
it was right smack in the middle, the heart of the ghetto. So we go to this place, and it was like I pictured like a nice house. Not to say that it wasn't, but it was just a big house. It used to be a school, and it was all like being renovated and stuff. So I pictured him to be in like a suit. So we go up like 3 flights of stairs, and his bedroom is in the attic. And so we go up there, and he comes in with this winter hat on with holes in it and like little braids sticking out. He's got polyester pants on, and he wears them to this day still. So I sing this song. I sing this Nat King Cole song for him. He seems to be paying a little attention. It's kind of like, hey, that's pretty good. And then he tells me to sing these songs that we're going to record. They're about to record the next weekend. So I sing them, I sing the little hooks and stuff like that. And he says, yeah, all right. I was like, okay. And then I guess Mary, our manager at the time, he and Mary just talked and then came into the room and said, all right, let's go. And we left. And as we were riding home, she was like, well, you got it if you want to be in it. I was like, yeah, sure. So I was in it. I guess he liked me enough or something. But he didn't show much, like, enthusiasm, I guess. But Mary, I guess the guys were saying, the rest of the guys were saying how they were real excited about me and stuff like that, and because they wanted a young kid and stuff like that. So
How did you feel when you first met the other guys?
crazy. It was hard at first. It was real hard because I was like the new kid on the block, big time. So it was hard, but it was probably just as hard for them too because I was a new kid, and it's hard to accept kids sometimes the new kid on the block. So, but we managed after a while. Time just took its course, and we came to be known the new kids on the block.
So you probably didn't know much about the music business. But John, you're from a musical family, right?
Yeah, I grew up in a musical family. My grandfather was always a singer, and my parents were always singers. And, my whole family, me, Jordan, and all my other brothers and sisters, we grew up singing in our church choir. So, yeah, we were a musical family.
So you guys have been singing all your life. Danny, what type of music did you like before?
I haven't been singing all my life, so I've only been singing since I've been in the group. I sang in the chorus with John and Jordan when we were in elementary school, but that's about it. But the kind of music I've always been into is like R&B and rap and stuff like that, and I like rock and roll, I always like that, but mostly R&B I've always listened to since I was little, so that's what I like the most.
Donnie, tell us what the Hanging Tough album symbolizes to you.
The Hanging Tough album symbolizes us. It symbolizes everything we stand for, standing up for what you believe in and always hanging tough no matter what. And, no matter what happens, because, when our first album came out and it didn't do nothing, we could have really gave up, but we didn't even feel it. The thought never even crossed our minds about giving up because we just always just hung tough no matter what. We never even had a notion to give up, So we just felt like we're not trying to say always, always hang tough. That we're not just trying to give that simple little message, but hanging tough was sort of our personal way of saying, we're going to keep on hanging tough no matter what anyone says or does to keep us down. We're going to keep on hanging tough.
When we started recording Hanging Tough, I was going into college. I just started going to school at BU, and I have a 4-year scholarship there, and I still have it, so I can go back. So it's not like I dropped out, but I didn't really want to be in school because I wanted to, be involved with the album more. So I left school and I engineered a lot of Hanging Tough, and it was just a big difference from the first album. It was more us, and we we learned a lot more, and it's basically what we all felt inside. All the music that's on there is what we felt inside.
You guys are all so great, yet starting out you must have had a lot of doubts.
Yeah, I would say I did. I think when you enter in any situation, you should have doubts. I wouldn't say like negative doubts. I think you should, realize the best can happen and the worst can happen. And I think you have to prepare for both equally. And,
we always knew we were going places. We always felt in our hearts we were going places. And you always have them doubts, but when you look at the group, you knew there was no denying us, and especially shows, we always did well at all our shows. So we just knew we could go places.
We knew there was something magical involved in all of it, and that's what kept us. Because, any day out of those first 3 years that nothing was happening, we could have said, forget about it. I want to play basketball. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to forget about it all. But thank God we didn't, because, as I said, we just felt something was there.
What are you thinking about during the love songs? Who do you sing to?
Usually when we're up on stage singing them, we're just singing them to the fans that are in the audience, and we're thinking about, all of them, and, looking at them and singing to them. That's basically what it's about. Songs are about our fans, I guess.
One of the songs that I enjoy singing the most is called "This One's for the Children," and
I get really emotional because, you know, before the shows we'll meet people from Make-A-Wish Foundation, and, you know, these are people who, you know, just by chance have, you know, are unlucky. And it really could be any one of us. And I think that we all should feel for these people. Everyone should feel for these people because they are us. And, you know, we're all one big family under God.
Well, let me tell you, the girls you guys end up with will be very lucky ladies. So right now, you're a great big hit. What's next?
I think
I don't know. I really don't think about the future too much because, I don't know. I got it basically planned out, but I think you really can't plan out your life. Whatever happens, happens. You just have to take everything one day at a time.
What about you, Jordan?
I personally plan to stay in the music business and stay an artist, you know, and I just plan to keep on making beautiful music for people to listen to.
You guys are the greatest. Aren't they the greatest? And we all want to hear years and years more of that fabulous 5 music. Right, fans? Now that you've heard the new kids talking all about their great music, bet you can't wait to hear more. With Joe, you get a chance to get real close to the new kids because his tape's all about their personal feelings. On the tape that comes with Donnie, they tell you how they feel about their fans, fashions, and girls. On Jordan's tape, the new kids discuss some really serious stuff. And Jonathan's tape lets you in on what it's like for the new kids, both on the road and on stage performing.